Damn.
MC, make another hit.
Whoa. This ain't what you project. This ain't.
A great 1-2 to start the year. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen, and this is your Week 2 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Lots to get you caught up on. Why don't we start out in Indianapolis? The Colts at home to take on the Denver Broncos. And here's a man who's come a long way from the Achilles injury, J.K. Dobbins. He'll power it in from 1 yard out. From there, it's on to Cincinnati, checking in on the Bengals as they host the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's a guy who was a monster as a rookie a year ago, Brian Thomas Jr. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And it's Khalil Shakir. Put it down as an 81-yard catch and run for the score. The Bills get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. Until next week, Scott Hansen, good night from Orlando.
Blades are sharpened with precision, flashing your favorite point of view. I know you're waiting in the distance, just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin, and I know exactly how this ends.
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Today, a pair of rivals from the AFC West, between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. On the Broncos sideline, get a look at their head coach. These guys are crisp 2-0 to begin this 2025 campaign. Across the field, head coach of the Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. His guys 2-0 as well, so 2 of the league's better teams meeting here this week. Lutz looks about ready to go, ball teed up. Kate Scott and Brock Heward with you in the booth. And the NFL on EA Sports is underway once again. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. And now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They're led up by the 6th-year pro out of Oregon. Productive his entire career so far. You and I are both big fans of this guy, Justin Herbert.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
He powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. On the counter, it's Hampton. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they could be facing 3rd down to begin this ballgame.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. And down he goes, the Broncos got there. And the defense comes through, that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Every defense defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives them new life and this first down. Running it after the penalty. He's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Herbert now. Blitz coming. As a man, it's Tyler Conklin. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Herbert with a blitz coming. Johnson finds the football, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. They've got to like how they've been moving it early here. It's down to the opposing 45-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. He's going to bring up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
2nd and 10 now. Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
3rd down. Broncos loading up that secondary. They're in the dime here. Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Harris. Defense contains him. That's going to force 4th down as he's dropped for a loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Fields this at the 19. He can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. And bringing them out. He was a rookie last season when he took the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Now a sophomore. It's Bo Nix.
Even he mentioned it to us. There hasn't been much celebrating for him since last week. While other guys were taking in the win and enjoying some time to relax, he was reviewing what went wrong in that game. An interception, not finding the end zone. That's not the type of impact that usually finds you a win. He knows he's got to do more for his team. And I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
2nd down. Here's Nix again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, you better be ready for some contact.
And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
You know, that may have been a situation, and look back on it, he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball, because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Now Nick's on third down. Got a man, Bailey has it. And they make the tackle at the 38.
Complete to
It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. So call it a half dozen on that run, Brock. It's second down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he's tackled for the first down yardage.
A split second, all to get the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Has it down close. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos get the game's first points here in the second. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or can they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Chargers getting their offense set for their second drive. And it's an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. And on the tackle is Jonathan Cooper.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Tight end going in motion here. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. He put some heat on this deep ball and brought in inside the 20. And this will reach the red zone. He takes it down to the 17.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice jump there.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs turning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. So much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Ball still at the 3 as they get set for 2nd and goal. Trying again with Hampton. And he pushes forward. They don't get much there. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for third down.
Okay, this is going to be a fascinating call because defensively, you've stopped the run twice now, and I think you believe on that side, well, they got to put it in the air. But this is also where the offense could say, we got 2 more shots. Let's continue to pound the football. Can't wait to watch this one.
Only need about half a yard, if that, Bronk. This is 3rd and goal. Trying to get it with the option here. He runs it across. Touchdown. The Chargers earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. First call here coming from the shotgun. Out of the gun, it's Nix. He intercepts the pass. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Worked through his progression, nobody available. And by the time he checked it down to the back, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind it all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Motioning Williams left. It's Hampton on 2nd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Well, offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
3rd down, give to Hampton. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Set. Camp it.
Herbert quick out wide, complete. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Ooh, he's got it. It's in close. Touchdown, LA! The Chargers take the lead just before halftime. Brad McConkey with a touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7.
14. Broncos 7.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Broncos taking the field for the final time in this first half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. They've got first down here, but just 18 seconds to work with. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. About 8 here, nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he can move those chains. All right, now a timeout is called. 9 seconds to go in this half. Third down, 1 yard to go. He's back to throw. He's trying to push the field. He's got it inside the 25. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. Ball on the left hash, 37 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. The flag is down, though, so let's see if this kick stands or not.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Keep it.
So a one-possession game, Brock, after our first 2 quarters. Now let's throw it over to our pal Scott Hansen. He's got our halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much.
Well, apologies to our buddy Scott Hansen. We're going to catch up with you after this one, Scott. We're going to jump past halftime, get you right back to the start of the second half. The Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. Here's a return from the 7. Making some progress here. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. There on the stop, Larry Ogunjobi.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
2nd and 8. Short pass brought in. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Okay, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver could easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Now Nix. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
Throwing the out route complete. And as we kind of expected, it does not work out. So I'm surprised to see him go for it. They're headed off after they turn it over on downs. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Completed over the middle. And this goes across midfield into Broncos territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
It's a 3-yard gain, only a yard shy of the marker on 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Set. 380.
Trying to sneak, it's Herbert. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback gets the snap and make the marker. To the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
380.
1st and 10, here's Herbert. Quick slant, that's Williams. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Go. Lion. Go.
Hampton gets the handoff. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Hits him on the out route. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense set up for 1st and goal.
It's such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he drives this forward to the 6.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions.
And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers push their lead further to start the half. Glad McConkey with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Dicker on now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers drive their lead to 11.
Broncos 10.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the run back of the 27. Denver sends to take the field on offense. They find themselves down 21-10 as they take over. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 44. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, it's Nix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Yikes, as that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on.
Very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover, so that brings up 4th and long.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
And he had it, but no, can't complete the process of the catch, and they wind up turning it over on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
They'll toss it to Hampton. Takes out a one-stop, and he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They get 18 yards out of it, and a new set of downs.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the fourth. They have themselves another first and 10. Now an inside give to Hampton. That's some decent running. He gets him 4. It's going to be second down.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
They go play action. Here's Herbert. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Lad McConkey. And that makes it third down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered feed on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it brings up an LA first down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
First and 10, Herbert. The throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Now Herbert again. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
Get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
So a tough spot now. This is third and 9.
Cap.
Herbert now. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate. That was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Dicker connects there, and then extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. It's a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. Touchdown to field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
And this drive will start inside the 25. So here comes the Bronco offense. The turnover on downs only led to 3. Obviously better than a touchdown, but enough to rattle them a bit as they return to the field. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 4. He puts some power on a deep one left. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Portland Sutton, the man he was after. And now they need to get 4 on third down.
4 yards to go.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Finds Mims. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
They'll throw again. Nix. Trying for the deep ball. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. Problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why. And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up. We see this all the time. The number one thing we see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, it's down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down. Desperation time here. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on down. I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback? 1st and 10 from the 41. Hampton now up the middle. Into the 2nd level past the 30. And he has this all the way down to the 23. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to be bottled up right at the line as we've reached the 2-minute warning. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. They motion a receiver left. They're going to pass it here. Throw complete to Williams. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So on 4th down, on comes Cameron Dicker and the Chargers for a field goal try. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Coming off the edge, and it's blocked. They can advance it now, picked up inside the 30.
This block right here, it's a product of preparation, effort, and determination. They attacked the soft spot in the line, and one of them was able to will his way through and get to the kick in time. Well done.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now they have 3rd and short. To throw. That's caught for the first. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. All their timeouts left, but they still need a quick score here. It's 1st and 10. Once more, it's Nix. Try and push it deep downfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Here he is to throw.
10 yards to go.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Hands are tied. Got to have it on this 4th down. Looking to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this is rejected. The defender knocks the throw away and forces a turnover on downs. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. Man, they were facing a top-5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but. What a great performance to get this win.
Yeah, you could come in, Kate, with this awe and mystique of, gosh, we're facing one of the best defenses in the league, but as soon as